this was totally not the video that I had planned for this weekend. um, this is no laughing matter. I'm a very serious creator, and this is a very serious topic. Now, something recently came up in the VTuber community that has kind of been a resurfacing issue this past year, I would say. This entire year. And that has to do with racism in the VTuber community. Now, I don't know why, but this year it's been like a rising trend or something. I mean, to be fair, when you type in racist VTuber, I do come up in the searches for, various reasons. But yeah, so let me just dive into this. Now, I have the clip, and I'm not gonna play it out of fear for my own safety. Basically, a corporate VTuber by the name of Enna, I believe, had said some things on a stream kind of reinforcing some negative stereotypes about black people, basically saying that the way that this other VTuber talks is like they listen to too much Snoop Dogg, or how they're walking down the street saying, "Hey, yo, brother, thanks for the chicken." And I'll admit, as a professional racist, I'm honestly a little bit amused. And on top of that, she kind of dug the hole a little bit deeper for herself, not taking full accountability for it. And admittedly, it's like, okay, if you don't know about stereotypes, you don't know what's wrong with what you're saying,
stop the cap,
then you don't know. And some people don't seem to understand this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not on the side of racism here, but the real question is this truly racist? There have been other things in this community that I think would fall much more under that category that have kind of just been brushed over. But when somebody big or kind of big does something, then of course it gets blown out of proportion. Looking at this personally as a black creator, I do feel the need to talk about it, but also, honestly, I don't see too big of a problem, only if she properly had apologized. Now, the fact that she didn't really take that much accountability at the start is where the problem lies for me. But in saying what she said and not understanding what she said, I understand a little bit. Because honestly, for a lot of people, if you genuinely do not know, you do not know. It's not like she said the hard R, right? It's not like she said the N-word. It's not like she specifically described someone as being black that does this. I mean, sure, she name dropped Snoop Dogg, but realistically, if we're talking about vernacular and the way somebody speaks, I can understand if that was the first person that came to her mind. Like I said, the real issue here is that she didn't take accountability. Now, this did kind of branch out into something else though. Like I said, this is more of a running issue for this year. So that situation aside, well, something else kind of resurfaced yesterday. Somebody had tweeted out a video of Fillion. And now Fillion's an independent VTuber from what I know. So I am willing to play the clip here.
You're breathtaking! You're all breathtaking! Chat, that was an epic quote from George Floyd. Alright,
so God damn it. Going into this, shoot, I will admit, when I first saw it, it made me chuckle. Now, with this Fillion clip, personally, I think this definitely falls more into the edgy territory of a joke. The problem is a lot of people will cry the racism part because, well, he was killed in a situation of racial prejudice. However, that being the case, it's not like she was saying something about somebody being black and then being killed by a cop for that reason. She was making a play on breathtaking and a man being strangled to death. So, sure, not the best joke to make, but I mean, on my end, I did chuckle. I will admit to that, but I definitely saw it more as a, as an edgy joke. And this brings me back to the issue that I had initially brought up, was that this whole racism drama type of thing seems to be a recurring issue. And as far as like actual racism in the community, the biggest events that I had seen were much more in the earlier half of the year. I mean, we had Mari dropping the hard R, which is a whole other thing. The fact that she didn't even address it. People were backing her up, saying that she was based, saying that was funny, and really it just wasn't. That is racism in the community. And really, it strikes me as just bad. it's just bad. It makes us look bad. It makes a lot of VTubers look bad who are just openly doing these things, right? And it just makes a lot of our communities look bad as well. And the only way for us to go about it is to just improve. There have been other scenarios. There's been the Kenji incident. There's been that one dude that just went around doing blackface. And then there was that one YouTuber who made a lol joke well, I'll just put up the image because I'm not gonna, I want this video to be monetized. I'm not going to say it, even though I have no qualms about saying the hard R personally. So it brings me to two things. Like I said, one, it makes our community look bad when these things are just publicly happening. In terms of racial controversy, people saying racist things, oftentimes it's because these things are already being said or perpetuated in the areas that they are hanging out in the internet, or with the people that they're hanging out with IRL. Because let me tell you something, the hard R just doesn't slip out, right? Words that you don't actually think about don't just slip out. However, words that you do actively think about and say will slip out. I'm not just gonna go around saying chloroplast because that's just not a word that I'm thinking of. So I do believe that there are racists in our community. The problem is people that are just openly racist. It just makes us look bad. You can at least cover it up a little bit, like damn. And then when you do slip up, take accountability. Say, yeah, I'm racist. You know, that would go a lot better than a lot of people just brushing it off, right? I'd much rather somebody openly just admit that they are racist.
I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm racist. I'm the CEO of racism.
That being said, it brings me to another issue as well, though. And this is something that exists on the internet as a whole. But I don't know why people, they feel the need to stand up for us, to stand up for black people when they see something that they don't agree with, even if it's something that does not bother us. The problem here, though, is when there's people that aren't black that are standing up calling things racist when it's not exactly viewed as that by a lot of people. Taking a look at the Fillion clip as well, I think that falls much more in towards an edgy joke. I don't think it was racist. I don't think it was racially motivated. Was the action of George Floyd dying like something that was racially motivated? Yeah, but that is a separate thing versus making a joke about a man being strangled. Was the joke in bad taste? Of course, right? But was it racist? I say no. And I don't think that we need people to stand up for us when it's not something that we're asking for. We're not helpless children, after all. If anything, I feel like it's taking more power away from black communities to do something like that. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Like I said, this is not a video that I was planning on making. It was just something that came up. I felt the need to talk about it, and my takes are my own. Some people might think differently from me, but hey, you know what? I don't give a shit. Anyway, I'm still gonna upload again tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Also, fuck you. Yeah.
How about next time you get a board that can handle the neutron style? Later, Nick.